Well, good morning, everyone. Day two of a conference is always kind of tough, right? Especially when you're in a great city like Seattle. So, as a former deputy mayor, we love having conferences here in Seattle and making sure at night you go out and spend your money. So, really excited for those of you that were able to get out this morning and join us here at Climate Pledge. I want to thank Roger so much for the words that you just offered and for sharing something about yourself. It's important when we come together, and it's been a long few years, and I know this is the second time this group's been able to come together in the last 2 years, but I think it's kind of about getting back out there and sharing a little bit about who we are and where we come from and what brings us to this work. So thank you for that and for the work that you do and the board does. I want to acknowledge, EPA, obviously we were at the ground floor here at the beginning of the Green Sports Alliance, but so are our hometown teams. I want to give them a shout out. Seattle Seahawks, the Mariners, Sounders FC, the Seattle Storm, the Portland Trail Blazers, even the Vancouver Canucks, all part of being on the ground floor of the beginning of this work. And of course now our fabulous Seattle Kraken and here in this beautiful Climate Pledge Arena are the newest members of our team. It's pretty amazing to be standing here. I'm thinking about all the things I have experienced growing up in Seattle here and then Key Arena, and being here for Game 7 when the Sonics went to their second championship. The floor was actually about 25 feet above me where I am today, but to now think what this arena has become is pretty exciting. I grew up in Seattle, and I was thinking today about, okay, do I wear University of Washington Huskies stuff? I'm in the Kraken's home field. Do I wear Kraken things? And so instead what I did was wear this t-shirt. And it's not about my ego. Some of you might be thinking, oh my God, this guy's got his own t-shirts. In 1969, my dad was 5'10", 165 pounds, and he enrolled at the University of Washington as a scholarship athlete to play quarterback at the University of Washington. In 1971, he became the first Native person to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated, and for more than 20 years, held almost every single passing record in the University of Washington's football history. During that time, some random guy decided to print these t-shirts, and unbeknownst to my dad. And so last year, the University of Washington honored my dad during the Michigan State game, which was 50 years after his coming out game in 1970. So I had him reprinted. So I thought, you know what, for this hometown crowd, I'm going to do a shout out to my dad and the doors he opened for me and set by example by playing sports. So as you can imagine, growing up in my family, playing sports was just something we did, right? And I played team sports all through high school. My kids play sports, my brothers all played sports, and I'm sure many of you here today played sports of some kind through your youth. And the truth is, right, for kids, team sports are the first time that they have to think about the people around them and how to work together. Team sports in particular promote a sense of belonging, something almost every kid seeks, somewhere to fit in. Sports can also provide a sense of identity, another critical part of working one's way through the world. Eventually, sports can create a sense of belonging and being part of something that's bigger than yourself. Youth also learn very quickly that even if there's talented people on the team, you need the whole team to move the ball down the field or the court. So it's that progress of moving the ball down the field that I want to reflect on a little bit this morning. As Roger said, in 2011, EPA supported the founding of the Green Sports Alliance. That same year, EPA supported and participated in the first National Green Sports Summit just down the road in Portland. Since then, we've seen remarkable progress in sustainability practices at all of our venues. At Lumen Field, where the Sounders and Seahawks play, waste tracking began in 2006. Back then, the diversion rate was under 5%. Today, an average of 90% of waste created at Lumen Field is diverted from the landfill into recycling, composting, and food donations. Next door to Lumen Field is T-Mobile Park, and a similar transformation began in 2001 when it was then Safeco Field. And back then, waste produced at Safeco Field was the largest single delivery of solid waste to the King County landfill every day. The EPA provided the Seattle Chamber's business and industry recycling venture $100,000 to work with the facility to increase its recycling rate. Our little investment helped the team rethink its approach, and now the Mariners have been the AL West leaders in waste diversion for the last decade. The Mariners have won the MLB Green Glove Award for the highest diversion rate in the league twice in the last 5 years. They didn't stop there. In 2014, Safeco Field became the first Major League Baseball stadium to use LED field lighting. And the Portland Trail Blazers, thanks to low-flow toilets and fixtures, smart irrigation controls, and drought-resistant landscaping, they've been able to save 3.5 million gallons of water every year. All of these efforts were the result of a strong public-private partnership that embraced the shared values of sustainability. Most of these achievements were due to changes in operations and were likely not noticed by the majority of the fan base. The real work took place in the back office, back of the house, without affecting the fan experience. But now, we have the Climate Pledge arena. The Climate Pledge, countdown to zero. Zero waste produced, zero single-use plastics, zero fossil fuels. Sustainability is no longer behind the curtain, it's front and center on the main stage. Fans are now active participants in the pledge itself, part of the plan to adapt to new climate-friendly behaviors. As active participants, these fans are learning that it can be done, that we can move down the field on sustainability in a painless, nearly unnoticeable way, that the quality of the experience doesn't change, but the impact we have on our environment benefits. And it's critical to note that those who watch games or shows here, these are not climate activists. The reach of this stadium cuts through all ages, races, political ideals. I'm not sure that there is a wider reach than that of sports fans. And yet, by engaging at Climate Pledge, whether through material choice, composting, energy reduction, choosing green transit, everyone becomes part of the climate team. And not only has it gone mainstream, if you've walked around this arena, it's pretty cool too. So I want to circle back to where I started, and that's talking about kids. I'm thrilled that efforts through the Green Sports Alliance have helped to support Lumens, the Lumen Fields, the T-Mobiles, and the climate pledges of our area. Now, our young people are going to grow up seeing what's possible and thinking it's normal. Not only will they expect that this is how things are done, but they will also see themselves in the solution. As electrical engineers, as operations managers, or even waste reduction specialists. And at EPA, we are prepared to continue to support the scaling up of efforts around sustainability. We're looking to release more than $35 billion over the next several years in grants and financing opportunities that will support efforts consistent with the Green Sports Alliance approach. Public-private partnerships will be critical as we continue to operationalize our shared values around sustainability. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here. Wish you all the best on day 2. Use this time together to get to know each other more and find that innovative solutions that I know all of you will champion. Thank you so much.